Assalamu alaikum students, let's begin with another lecture. You will be learning about adjectives today. What are adjectives, how to use them, and what are its various types. Adjectives are words that describe nouns and pronouns. यानी adjectives वो लफ्ज़ हैं जो कि nouns और pronouns को describe करते हैं, उनके बारे में हमें बताते हैं. Adjectives answer the questions what kind, how much, which one and how many. इसका मतलब ये है कि जो नाउन या प्रोनाउन जिसकी बात हो रही है उसकी काइंड क्या है, यानी कितने हैं, क्वांटिटी कितनी है, हाउ मच, विच वन कौन से वाला, हाउ मैनी कितने हैं, राइट. सो adjectives answer these various questions about adjectives. They provide us information about adjectives. Let's take a look at these examples. As we just discussed previously that adjectives tell us what kind of noun or pronoun. So let's see these examples. So we have a noun nose, right? But what kind of nose? Red nose. Red here becomes adjectives. It describes the nose, right? Nose is noun, and what kind of nose? Red nose. So red becomes adjective. Let's take a look at the second example. Gold ring. Now ring is the noun and gold is adjective. We have a ring. What kind of ring? Gold ring. It could be a copper ring. It could be a silver ring. So all these things that describe the noun ring would become adjectives. Adjectives also tell us how much. For example, we have the noun sugar. How much sugar? More sugar. More becomes adjective. Little effort. Effort is noun, right? So little describes the effort. Little effort. Little is adjective. Adjectives also tell us which one. For example, second chance. Here the word chance is noun and second is adjective. Chance. Which chance? Second chance. It could be first chance, third chance. So all these words that describe chance, they become adjectives. Those chocolates. Chocolates are noun. And those points out which chocolates we are talking about. It could be these chocolates or those chocolates, right? The word those tells us which chocolates. So those becomes adjective. Then we have how many. Adjectives tell us how many, the quantity of nouns. So we have chances, several chances. So several tell us how many. Okay, so the word several is adjective. Then we have 6 books. Books is noun. How many books? 6 books. The word 6 here becomes adjective. Now let's talk about the placement of adjective, like where to put them in the sentence or how you can identify them in a sentence. First use. Adjectives generally appear immediately before the noun. Red flowers, warm weather. So flowers is a noun, weather is a noun. And as you can see, adjectives appear before noun, right before nouns, right? What kind of flowers? Red flowers. Flowers is noun and red is adjective. Adjective is describing flowers and it's right before the noun. Then we have warm weather. Weather again is noun. What kind of weather? Warm weather. The word warm is adjective and it comes right before the noun. Then there's another way adjectives are used. Adjectives can also appear after a linking verb. We've already covered what linking verb is in the previous lecture. I hope you remember that. A linking verb connects a subject with a descriptive word. So basically a linking verb connects subject with subject's description. Let's take a look at these examples. The weather is pleasant today. Now here we are talking about the weather. The weather is the subject. Weather is also noun, right? Now is linking verb. Now let's see the part of the sentence that comes after the linking verb, that is pleasant today. So pleasant is an adjective. Why? Because it describes the weather. The weather, that is noun. The weather is pleasant today. So here the adjective is coming after the linking verb. It is appearing after the linking verb. But you can clearly identify it because, I mean, it's clear as the day that the word pleasant is describing the weather. The weather is pleasant today. The place we visited yesterday was beautiful. Now, here, the place. Place is the subject, it is our noun. Place. Place we visited yesterday was. Now, was here is linking verb because it is connecting the place, that is noun, with subject description. That is beautiful. What is beautiful? Place is beautiful. So beautiful becomes adjective. The word beautiful is describing the place, right? The place, noun, subject, right? So beautiful is adjective. This is how you can identify adjectives in a sentence, or this is how you use them. अब मैं एक मरतबा सब उर्दू में भी एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ कि एडजेक्टिव्स कैसे अपेयर हो सकते हैं, आप कैसे उन्हें सेंटेंस में आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, आपने उन्हें यूज़ कैसे करना है, ठीक है। एडजेक्टिव्स जो है ना वो हमेशा नाउन से पहले आते हैं यूजुअली, ठीक है, जनरली नाउन से पहले आते हैं। जैसे कि हमारे पास एग्जांपल्स हैं फ्लावर्स, ठीक है, जो कि नाउन है हमारे पास। रेड, रेड फ्लावर्स को डिस्क्राइब करा है। फ्लावर्स किस तरह के हैं? रेड कलर के हैं, तो रेड एडजेक्टिव है और ये नाउन से बिल्कुल पहले आया है, ठीक है। एक इसका ये हो गया। और दूसरा ये होता है कि एडजेक्टिव्स अक्सर जो होता है लिंकिंग वर्ब के बाद भी आते हैं। लिंकिंग वर्ब हम पिछले लेक्चर में कवर कर चुके थे कि क्या होता है लिंकिंग वर्ब। वो वर्ड होता है जो कि सब्जेक्ट को, सब्जेक्ट के बारे में जो डिस्क्रिप्शन होती है ना, उससे कनेक्ट करता है। तो इस एग्जांपल में द वेदर इज़ प्लेजेंट टुडे, हमारे पास वेदर नाउन है, ठीक है, और इज़ हमारे पास लिंकिंग वर्ब है। और हम ये लिंकिंग वर्ब किसके साथ कनेक्ट कर रहा है? सब्जेक्ट डिस्क्रिप्शन के साथ, जो कि है प्लेजेंट। वेदर नाउन है, इज़ लिंकिंग वर्ब और प्लेजेंट एडजेक्टिव है। क्या प्लेजेंट है? वेदर प्लेजेंट है, राइट। तो ये वर्ड प्लेजेंट जो है किसको डिस्क्राइब करे? नाउन को डिस्क्राइब करे, इसलिए वर्ड प्लेजेंट एडजेक्टिव है। Now let's take a look at its various types. We have proper adjectives first. Proper adjectives are formed from proper nouns. Proper adjectives are usually capitalized as proper nouns are. So इसका मतलब ये है कि proper adjectives हम proper nouns से form करते हैं, उनसे बनाते हैं। और जैसा कि हमने पहले पढ़ा था कि proper nouns को हमेशा capitalize किया जाता है, proper adjectives को भी usually capitalize किया जाता है। अब इसकी examples देख लेते हैं। California vegetables, यहाँ पे word California जो है वो proper adjective है, and it has been formed, this adjective has been formed from a proper noun, that is California, the name of the city in America. Since this proper adjective, that is California, is also the name, it is a proper noun, it is the name of a city, so you always capitalize it. So California vegetables, vegetables are nouns, and what kind of vegetables? California vegetables, right? Then we have Mexican food. So the word Mexican is formed from a proper noun, that is Mexico, name of a country. So you're gonna capitalize it. Mexican food. Food is noun and Mexican. What kind of food? Mexican food. Mexican is proper adjective. It can be anything like Pakistani food, Indian food, Korean city, or Chinese clothes. All of these are examples of proper adjectives. Next up, we have possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives are used to show ownership or possession. Some of the most used possessive adjectives are my, his, her, are, their, and your. All these adjectives always come before a noun. So What are possessive adjectives? Possessive adjectives वो words हैं जो कि show करते हैं ownership या possession, कि जो noun है वो किसका है, ठीक है, जो noun है वो कौन possess करता है, किसकी possession है, ठीक है, और ये हमेशा noun से पहले आते हैं. Let's take a look at these examples. His cat is very cute. Cat is noun. Whose cat is it? His. His cat. So his shows the ownership. Whose cat it is? His cat. Okay, so let's take a look at next example. It is my laptop. Laptop is noun. Whose laptop is it? It's my. Word my shows possession. Who is in the possession of laptop? Whose laptop is it? Who is the owner of this laptop? I am the owner. My laptop. So word my here is possessive adjective. It is your computer. Here, computer is noun. Whose computer is it? Who is the owner of this computer? It is your. It is yours. So it becomes, it is your computer. The word your shows possession. The word your is possessive adjective. Okay, the last example is, it is her house. Whose house it is? Who is the owner of this house? She is. So it is her house. The word her here shows whose house it is. Her here is possessive adjective. Compound adjectives. Compound adjectives are made up of more than one word. यानी compound adjectives बहुत सारे different लफ्ज़ों से मिलके बने होते हैं. Let's take a look at few examples. Far off country. Country is noun. And far off describes the country. दूर की यानी country है far off. तो far off दो different words से मिलके बना है. ये adjective दो different words से मिलके बना है. Far and off दोनों different words हैं, right? और इन दो words को मिला के एक हमने compound adjective बनाया, that is far off. Far off country. Then we have teenage person. Person is noun and teenage is compound adjective. It is made up of two words, teen and age. Combining those two words, we have teenage. So teenage is adjective, compound adjective. Lastly, we have 6 foot long snake. So snake is noun. Snake is 6 foot long. So this word, it is compound adjective. 6 foot long, it is compound adjective. It describes the length of the snake. There are so many more examples, like 6-year-old boy. Boy is noun and 6-year-old, it is a compound adjective that describes the boy, the age of the boy. So there are so many more examples that you can think of. Did you know that articles are also adjectives because they describe the nouns? Articles are also adjectives. They determine the specifications of nouns. They tell us whether a noun is specific or non-specific. It is particular or non-particular. And as we've already covered in, I don't know, our third, fourth lecture, I don't exactly remember which one was it. What articles are, we discuss them in detail, so we won't go in detail here. So there are 3 articles, as you know, a and the. Let's take a look at their examples. A cat is always afraid of water. Here the noun cat refers to any cat, not a specific cat. A cat is always afraid of water. So it means it can be any cat, right? So the word a is adjective. The cat is afraid of me. So this cat, it is a specific cat. It is the cat that is afraid of me. It is a particular cat. So here the is used, and the is of course an adjective. Next up we have indefinite adjectives. Indefinite adjectives don't specify the specific amount of something. So indefinite adjectives don't give a specific amount of nouns. They don't tell us how much. Words such as all, another, any, both, each, either, few, many, more, most, Neither, other, several, and some are used as indefinite adjectives. So all these words don't give us the specific amount, right? Let's take a look at some examples. I gave some candy to her. So candy here is noun and some is indefinite adjective. Now some doesn't specify how many candies I gave to her. It just says some candy. We don't know how many I gave her, right? So some here is indefinite adjective. Several people died in the accident. People is noun and several, of course, is adjective, indefinite adjective. Several doesn't give a specific amount. How many people died? If there were 6 people, then it wouldn't have been indefinite adjective. Several people, it doesn't give us the exact number. Each student will have to submit homework tomorrow. Here, student is noun and each says that each means her student, right? Now, it doesn't tell us exactly how many students we are talking about. It just says each student, right? So the word each here is indefinite adjective. And now we have descriptive adjectives. A descriptive adjective is a word which describes nouns and pronouns. Descriptive adjectives are also called qualitative adjectives. Why they are called qualitative adjectives or descriptive adjectives? It's because they describe nouns or pronouns. They describe the quality of nouns and pronouns. For example, I have a fast car. Car is a noun and fast, the word fast describes the car. It describes its quality. What is car? It is fast. The car is fast. So the word fast here is descriptive adjective or qualitative adjective. Then we have I am hungry. Here I is the subject, it's the pronoun, am is linking verb, and hungry is the adjective. It tells us that I am hungry. I, the subject, is hungry right now, right? So the word hungry here is descriptive adjective. Next up, we have quantitative adjectives. A quantitative adjective provides information about the quantity of the nouns and pronouns. It tells us how much there is of something. यानी quantitative adjectives हमें simply quantity बताते हैं nouns की और pronouns की. Let's see these examples. I have $20. Now dollars here is noun. How much money do we have? $20. So 20 here is quantitative adjective. They have 3 children. Children here is noun. How many children do they have? 3. So 3 here is tells us the quantity, right? How many? So 3 here is quantitative adjective. She is holding 10 books. So books again is noun and 10 tells us how many books she is holding. So 10 is quantitative adjective. He has 5 cars. Cars is noun and how many cars does he have? 5 cars. So 5 tells us the quantity of the cars. 5, the word 5 here is quantitative adjective. Next up, we have demonstrative adjectives. A demonstrative adjective directly refers to something or someone. So basically, ये adjectives refer करते हैं किसी चीज़ की तरफ. Demonstrative adjectives include the words this, that, these, those. So, by the way, do not confuse them with demonstrative pronouns, please. Okay. I told you before that the same word can have different functions depending on where in the sentence it is placed. So that matters. Just remember a trick in mind when these words are used before noun, they are demonstrative adjectives. Okay. Just remember that. That way you won't be confused. That building is very tall. Building here is noun and that tells us which building, that building, right? So it directly points at something, like it directly tells us which building, that building, right? So the word that is demonstrative adjective. Similarly, this car is mine. Car is noun, and the word this here tells us which car. This car is near, like it is pointing at the car. The word this car, it's the word this is demonstrative adjective. These cats are cute. Cats again is noun, and these tells us which cats we are talking about. These cats, it refers to the cats that are near us. um, those flowers look beautiful. Flowers again is noun, and those flowers, those tells us that flowers are a bit away. I'm directing at I'm referring to flowers that are a bit far away. Those flowers look beautiful. Lastly, we have interrogative adjectives. Interrogative adjectives are also called question adjectives. Why they are called interrogative adjectives or question adjectives? It is because they are used to ask a question. It Just remember that again, do not be confused with interrogative pronouns. Okay, the difference is that interrogative adjectives are followed by a noun or a pronoun. It means they come before a noun. Just remember that trick. Okay, do not confuse them with interrogative pronouns. The interrogative adjectives are which, what, whose. So let's take a look at these examples. Which phone do you use? Here phone is noun, and which is used before the noun. Okay, it means that it is interrogative adjective. Okay, not okay, it is not in interrogative pronoun. Okay, so which phone do you use? Here it is used to ask a question. What game do you want to play? Game is again a noun. What is interrogative adjective. It is used to ask a question. Whose car is this? Car is again noun, and whose car, whose, the word whose, the interrogative adjective is used to ask the question that whose car is this. With this, our lecture has come to an end. They are pretty easy, these adjectives, but you might feel a bit confusion between adjectives and pronouns, as we discussed, like demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns, and between interrogative adjectives and interrogative pronouns. But just keep the trick that I've told you, the tip I told you in mind. And if there's confusion, of course, watch this lecture a couple of times. I know you'll get it. And if you have any questions, of course, we will discuss them in class. Khuda Hafiz. Bye.